Hey, y'all. Sending you this really quick check-in. Hey, how's it going? I wanted to send this quick check-in. I was gonna go live and hook up the Zoom and all that stuff, but this actually worked out easier. So one happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope you're still on that high from the conversation that we had with Asia earlier. What, on Sunday? Sunday, right? And so I want to hop back into focusing on getting the leads, right? You getting your stuff together, and pitching and pitching and pitching, because none of this happens if you are not putting yourself out there, right? And so I wanted to put this quick video. I've done an e-speaker video in the course training already. I'm doing this because e-speakers has finally done the thing that I had hoped that they would already do. And it's crazy. I'm going to have an announcement later, or another day, probably next week, about a platform I built out because of my frustration with e-speakers. You ladies actually already partake in that platform, but I'm building out a tech tool specifically around that. But another story, another time. Anyways, I want to show you. So this is kind of like the dashboard. They launched something called Lead Center, right? And so if you remember, I'm a fan, but not a super fan of e-speakers, because traditionally it only would drop based off of the keywords that you selected when you put your profile together. It would only drop, maybe 2 or 3, sometimes if you're lucky, 4 leads a week into your dashboard. And you would hope that at least 1 or 2 of them actually made sense, and then you get a response, right? So very hit or miss. I saw a little bit more success with e-speakers once COVID hit, and in my mind, I felt like a lot of people left the platform just to save some money because they thought things were drying up. So it left opportunities for the rest of us that stayed. And then 2, because things were so uncertain from in-person event to virtual event, it was a lot of stuff that I was seeing happening. And so I imagine this is their way of getting people back on the platform. It's just like, let me just give y'all the shit, right? And so I'm going to click on Access Leads. You have to have a Plus or a Pro account. Again, this is something you have to pay for. So I always like to tell people that when I mention e-speakers or any of the other paid platforms, there's a cost. But what I do like is it has opened, and I'm still playing around with it, but I just wanted to show you, right? And so you saw where it said I had 63 leads that, based off of my keywords, was what they're serving me, as opposed to the 1 or 2 leads that I would get every week. And then I have 7 pages full of events, all the way to, stuff that's happened in 2024. I'm not planning my life that far in advance as speaking is concerned. But you can see, right, like this virtual book fair that's coming up for self-published authors, and I think it's around branding, $2,500 to $5,000. That's a nice check. And so this one goes directly through e-speakers, and so you have to contact the speaker through the platform. Let's see where that takes us. Right, and so you contact this through here. It takes you back towards e-speakers' usual process, right? It gives you all the information. Guys, there's only 3 people that have applied for this, so it's a very good chance. The meeting notes from the organizer, all of that, the normal e-speaker process. So what I want to show you is, and then you got to give e-speakers 10%. All the payment goes directly through them. Anyways, what I want to show you is, all right, one that is not through the e-speakers usual process, because what they've been doing is, which one was, I think Drake University I saw. So this one is not directly through the e-speaker process, and so e-speaker doesn't take any commission. They also don't know if it's a paid event or not. And so I do kind of like a little bit of their vetting process, at least that you just know that it's a little bit more curated to you, but they're giving you more of the leads that are coming to them, however way they're doing. Anyways, and so these are more like call for speakers. You can click on the website, gives you the person's name, gives you the person's email address. It tells you the date of the event and when to apply by, right? Which is actually, that looks wrong. And so Drake University 2021 Global Citizen Forum. And so you can go to the website from Espeakers. Okay, so the event is coming up March 3rd through the 5th. And so if this is something that you're interested in, I would apply right away, right? And then so that's the change. And so I got the email and I kept like trying to read it while I was on a Zoom session, which I don't recommend. But I was just like, oh crap, they finally opened up the floodgates on e-speakers. And so that is it, guys. That's what I want to share with you. And so if you're looking for other leads outside of what we're offering you, I do recommend e-speakers being it's a good resource, right? It's not fantastic, but it's good. I've seen some success. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be very honest. I haven't seen wild success on it, but as a part of my business development, I've been on e-speakers for maybe 2 years now. I check it maybe every other day, and then I'll send like a screenshot to my VA, or I'll just quickly apply for it in here. It's very much like Haro, right? It doesn't don't send all the crazy things because it doesn't require that. And you already have your profile set up so that they can see you. They can book you directly through the platform, and so it works in those ways. And then eSpeakers is like syndicated in a way where like you show up on a bunch of other websites, speaking bureau stuff, and so it can be helpful in SEO in that way. But anyways, I'm excited that they've just gone down this direction because it's so much smarter. I'm a little pissed because I started building out a platform called Lead Pancake. I'm super excited about it, and to kind of combat this area that I thought that they were missing, which was them just kind of randomly dripping you stuff that you were paying every month and you couldn't have access to everything. And so hopefully it does get better. But for those that did sign up for eSpeakers and maybe had not been on it in a while, I wanted to share this with you because at least it's a really good move in the right direction for them. And I hope it's a great resource. And so I will see everybody soon.